What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Welcome to the damn Q&A, the damn Hangout, Christmas edition. I hope you have a lot of questions today. You know, because it's Christmas time. Well, that's in like 3 days, you know. What's up, guys? Merry pre-fucking Christmas. Merry fucking... Wish I could call this stream that, you know, Merry fucking Christmas. That'll be so cool. Merry fucking Christmas. But no. I gotta stick to damn. I can be incorrect, but not that much. The F-bombs aren't allowed in this website. F-bombs. Remember when F-bombs were okay? Not anymore. What's up, guys? We're listening to some Cthulhu saves Christmas. Just a pretty thematic theme for today. This is the final boss theme, actually. No spoilers, don't worry. Great game. Do yourself a favor. Play this fucking game. Fucking great. Aha, thank you, Joshua, for the super chat. Thanks a bunch, man. Merry Christmas to you too. What's up, guys? There aren't a lot of Christmas RPGs out there, are they? I mean, there's gotta be one or two, maybe in Japan. But this is an indie RPG by The Void Studios. They just released a new game on Steam. I don't know if it's on consoles, about zombie whatever thing, you know. Check it out. The last game was This Way Madness Lies, which I streamed and reviewed a couple of times. A good game. I do have some concerns with the game, you know. A couple of characters are like, okay, you know. It's a game by an American studio, so it makes sense. But at the same time, it's like that game with those characters in 2023. I think the game came out in 2022, 2023. I was like, concerning, you know. But okay, you know, I'll take it. Don't worry. It's fine. Right? No agendas in there. What's up, guys? The damn Christmas Q&A. Welcome, everybody. Trails in the sky? What? Okay. Great. Trails in the sky. So you're playing that? Are you loving it? Why all the excitement? What's up, guys? Happy holidays to you too, guys. Have this fucking ridiculous, stupid fucking hat here. You early today. By what, 10 minutes? Remember, we do not change time in Mexico. I think a lot of countries change time about 1 or 2 months ago. But we don't do that here anymore here in Mexico. So, to me, this is the usual time, you know. I just started like 10 minutes earlier. Yeah, Tales of Rebirth. You're way back, Joshua. Tales of Rebirth already got a fan translation. And you bet your ass I'm gonna stream that. I was gonna stream that, you know, this week, but I couldn't because of this or that circumstances. But I am going to stream Tales of Rebirth in English. Finally, fully translated in English. I already downloaded the fucking game, played it for like 2 minutes. Works fine in English. I'll stream it. Since you have a new computer, will you play Zwei 1 and 2 on Steam or Xanadu next? Yeah. At some point, I'll get to Steam games. Definitely. Wow, menudo. Wow. Actually, you'd be surprised to know very few people like that shit, man, in Mexico. Menudo. Turkey? Nobody fucking eats turkey here. Nobody. Just maybe the rich ass guys, you know, who want to imitate the USA. The gringos. You know, that's a gringo festivity, man. In here, everybody eats whatever the fuck they want. Tamales is a tradition, of course, so Definitely. Thoughts on the passing of Masayuki Kato? Well, I don't have any thoughts other than rest in peace. His legacy will hopefully continue. We can see now that Falcom kind of wants to stay away from Nice America. I don't know why. We can only speculate. I can speculate that after the Trails Through Daybreak fiasco, that was like the final straw, you know. I think Falcom was like, well, first they got pissed off with Exit Games for different reasons, and then they moved on with Nice America. And Nice America is very well known for altering localizations and trying not in the same level of as working designs. But then Daybreak was in the same level of working designs. The worst fucking localization I've seen in my life, to be honest. Trails Through Daybreak, fucking terrible. And it is my speculation that Falcom may have taken offense, you know. Hopefully they did. Hopefully they noticed that and they said, fuck these guys, you know. So now Trails in the Sky, the remake, is going to be localized by Gung-Ho. Yeah. The same company that published fucking Grandia 1 and 2 remasters. And that will also publish the Lunar 1 and 2 remasters. So that's an odd choice, you know, for Falcom to sign a deal with. Because Gung-Ho isn't like huge, you know. But neither was Nice America, let's face it. But Nice America has gotten like more popular over the past few years. Too bad they were like, you know, they were on the rise. And then they reached the top, and now they're going downhill, hopefully. So, I'm happy that it's... Well, everybody was hoping for it to be Exit Games, right? But... me, I don't know if I was hoping to be Exit Games. But apparently they're going to use the Exit translation from like 12 years ago. That they used for the original Steam and PSP releases. So... I don't know, I don't trust any fucking company nowadays, you know me, not even Gung-Ho, but Gung-Ho hasn't released a localization that's politicized or anything, so, and the fact that it's gonna take them like almost an entire year to release it, because the trailer showed that the Trails in the Sky remake is going to be released during the fall, so that's probably gonna be October or November next year, so it's like 11 months, we're gonna be waiting for 10 or 11 months. That's gonna be like, oh, okay, we're gonna have to wait a lot. People are going to forget about it, you know. But then, you know, that can also mean a good thing, that they're going to revisit the localization, or I don't know. But that could also be a bad thing, that they're gonna change things around, like, I don't know. They're gonna leave us intrigued, in suspense for 10 months. But... well, I'm happy it's Gung-Ho. Well, I'm not gonna say I'm happy it's Gung-Ho. I'm happy it's not Nice America. Let's leave it at that. Very happy. And now all of a sudden they dropped this fucking out of nowhere, a game that I was just playing like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago on Twitch. And then I uploaded the stream on my second YouTube channel. That's Trails in the Sky, the East versus Trails in the Sky on the PSP. That fighting game, you know. I covered it in a compilation video of hidden gems that I uploaded on this channel, Erick, Landon RPG. Check it out if you haven't, full of great fucking games. I can't believe it, you know, the large majority of the games in that video, that's a 2 or 3 hour long compilation video, that's fucking great. Great fucking games, all of them. And East vs. Trails in the Sky, I just beat it like 2 weeks ago. With the localization that was done by it was a fan translation, not a localization, with the fan translation that was done by Geofront, I believe. So it's a good translation, not the best one I've seen, you know, they did alter some things, you know, I remember Estelle saying something and the translation was like totally, you could tell it's something like she didn't say that, you know, but I didn't notice any of the agendas or anything like that. That fan translation was done like a couple of years ago. So it's weird, right, that happened. And now all of a sudden, hey, guess what? We're localizing the game. Finally, to Switch, PS4, and Steam. PS5, no PS4, PS5. And he was like, okay, that came out of nowhere. But thank you, Falcom, for that. But who's the publisher now? Gung-Ho? No, it's fucking company that no one knows. Not Nice America, thankfully, not Exit Games. No. You know who's publishing the game in North America? I don't fucking know. Refined Games. Who's that? Refined Games? Who the fuck is that? What's happening at Falcom? So, okay, now we're going in full circle to go back, all the way back to the question of the guy, the president of Falcom, the founder of Falcom dying. Rest in peace. Like, I don't know if his legacy is going to carry over. I don't know if Toshihiro Kondo, who is the current president and director of Falcom, you know, he's going to continue his legacy, or he's going to take the company into a different direction. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, you know. Hopefully it will be a good direction. He expressed interest in staying away from localizers, from Western localizers, you know, and instead using AI to translate their own games and maybe publish them themselves worldwide, which is not ideal because, you know, I will always prefer a human being, a human translation rather than a robot translation. But if they can handle the AI translations and ignore the woke motherfucking human, you know, okay, so I'll take that, you know, I'll take that instead. So, it's great. It's great that they may have realized that Nice America is fucking evil. And it's sad news that the founder of Falcom died, but, you know, he died in old age. Probably lived a fulfilling life. I can't believe we lost so many important people this year. Yoshitaka Murayama, dead. Akira Toriyama, dead. And now this guy, Masayuki Kato from Falcom, that's... damn, you know. So, rest in peace. So hopefully Falcom will continue his legacy, you know, and move on to greater things and improve themselves and stay away from politics. And, you know, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Why was Tales of Rebirth never released to the West? I have no idea. There's probably something on the Wikipedia article on why it was never released. I don't know, man. Merry fucking Christmas, everyone! I mean, we're still like 2 or 3 days away from that, but, you know, I'm not gonna stream on Christmas. So I'm streaming today. We lost the artist of the Tales series. So many fucking people died this year. That's fucking insane. How long does it usually take you to make a video? I can't answer that, man. There's just too many variables, too many circumstances, too many different things to consider. You know, it depends on the video. You know, some videos take me a couple of days. Other videos take me just a couple of hours. You know, it's very different. It's impossible to answer that question. My 2025 resolutions? Well, I've had this resolution for many, many years, and that is to get married. To meet a girl and get married. I don't know if that's gonna happen this year, this next year. Hopefully, it will be the year I meet the love of my life. We'll see what happens. Will we have a Versus episode tonight? Yes, we will. Merry Christmas to you too, Kiss. What RPG length do you think is top long or too long or too short? I haven't seen that question in a long time. I used to get that question like very often back in the day. Made videos about that. There's a couple of videos on my main channel, other videos on my second channel. So anyway, just to answer the question real quickly, I'd say about, in terms of story alone, main story should always take between 30 and 40 hours in my opinion. That's, yeah, 30 to 40 hours for the main story alone. You want to do side quests and 100% them and whatever, that's you. Okay, you guys answer that. You know, I rarely 100% JRPGs or RPGs in general. I do a lot of side quests on some of them, you know, but yeah, it's just fucking 30 to 40 hours. That's great. Speaking of holidays, what RPG has your favorite snowy region or snowy part of the game? Man, I am Setsuna. The entire game takes place in like snow. Not on the entire, like 80% of it, okay? So I Am Setsuna is the snow game. Or the snowy region game, you know? That's my answer. What's the East game with the best music? Unpopular opinion 1. Actually, I agree with you. Especially the rearrangements done by, what's the name of this guy? Yukihiro Jindo? Jinko? Is it Jindo? That guy, the rearrangements. Because the original music, the original soundtrack of East 1 was composed by Yuzo Kojiro. You know? And for the remake on the PSP, the rearrangements of the soundtrack were done by Yukihiro Jindo. I think that's his name. That's my favorite East soundtrack of all time, East 1. Fucking goth tier. That's too loud. Alright, so yeah, East 8 and 9 have killer soundtracks. Napishtim is 6, the Arc of Napishtim, great, Celceta, great fucking soundtracks. All of them, you know, it's hard to find an East game without a great music. Maybe 5. I haven't really stopped, I haven't really dedicated the time to East 5. I know the game sucks, the worst East game, mainline. But I haven't really like sat down to listen to most of a soundtrack or all of it, you know, to appreciate it. But the rest of the East games, even East fucking Strategy, okay, the music isn't god tier in that, you know, but it's good. If there's one fucking good thing about East Strategy, is the music. The rest is fucking garbage though. But the music, it's salvageable, you know. But East 1 PSP remake, it's always going to be my favorite East soundtrack. Do you think the next East will be a remake of 5? I don't know. What makes you think that? I have no idea. 10 has a good soundtrack. I just reviewed East 10 a couple of days ago. And a certain other game that some of you wanted me to play and review, I finally did it. It's in that video. Check it out. It was released a couple of days ago. Hopefully YouTube didn't destroy it with shadow banning. Why is that the elephant in the room? Yeah, East 10. It's gonna be like Shin Megami Tensei Vengeance. Persona 5 Royal. East 10 the Royal Edition will be released next year. Great! Is it going to be localized by East America too? If so, I'm not interested. They pull an Atlus, you mean, not Atlas. Oh, it's because Atlas, everybody pronounced it Atlas. Atlas. Why can't you say Atlus? Why is it Atlas? Atlas. It's Atlus! Well, this game is the best to start with. Not the first one, that's really hard. Super fucking hard. I don't know, start with 9. Seems to be the easiest, friendliest of them all. That whole trend started with Persona 4 Golden. Really? Are you sure about that? Well, trend. The important term here is trend. Persona 4 Golden wasn't the first one to do that, though. Like an upgraded version, expanded version, and blah blah blah. You know, I think it all started when the PlayStation 3 era came out. The PlayStation 3 era started. Xbox 360 era when they started releasing those DLCs, those expansion packs. So instead of releasing a Persona 4 expansion pack, they released Persona 4 Golden version, you know. No DLC, just buy the game again. So Atlus thought they were smarter, you know, maybe they were, but they were also like more cheeky. You know what I mean? So yeah, not a lot of respect for those guys. But yeah, the trend seemed to have started with Persona 4. You're right about that. Kingdom Hearts also started. Yeah, exactly. It's just the PS3 era, you know. When buy this game again, re-buy this fucking game, the expanded version, the game with more chapters and content. Devil Survivor also did it. 2011. I was overclocked, and it's just the same game. It wasn't even a remaster. It was just the same fucking game, just rebalanced difficulty, and a couple of extra chapters. Expanded content. It's the same fucking game. Atlus has been doing it for a while. It did it with Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne. Sure, we only got one version, but Japan got two fucking versions. And that was all the way back in 2003. So it's not, this isn't new, Persona 4 Golden maybe was the start of the trend. Like it made those, it turned it into a trend, right? But this is something that's been going on for ages. They've done it before. Atlus has been doing this forever. Do you collect consoles too or only games? I collect nothing nowadays. I kind of quit video game collecting. It got too expensive and too stupid, And I have a lot of financial issues since last year, so I haven't had the luxury of collecting games. Lately, the entire year actually. I think I've bought like 1 or 2 games in the entire year, But I don't collect consoles. I used to, but not really, not anymore. What's up, Tyson? Yeah, but perfect chronology. Well, yeah, you're right about that. Kind of like the game in-game graphics weren't remastered. The game is considered as a remaster, but that's because the I don't know why they remastered. They just changed the art style and put a different character and expanded version. It's fucking Atlus for you. Yeah, Atlus is that company that they do that all the time. All the time. Funny how they didn't do that with the Alliance Alive, probably because they changed localizers. Yeah, we talked about that last Q&A, Tyson, about Dead End Request and about Idea Factory games removed. They're not going to be released on Nintendo Switch. Yeah. Catherine did that too. You see, it's like every fucking Atlus game, Nintendo is because Nintendo is Nintendo woke now. Nintendo woke. Nintendo woke. So I imagine Nintendo is going to remove all of those Sakura games from their PlayStation Store, from their eShop, because they're, I don't know. Why would you censor Idea Factory and limit their fan service and you get all these fucking visual novels that are so super fucking kinky? The Sakura this, Sakura that, Sakura that, Succubus this, Succubus that. Oh, that's fine. But Hyper Dimension Neptunia, no, that's not okay. Oh no, get the fuck out of here. No more, said Nintendo. So I imagine they're going to start removing those fucking games. Sakura Dungeon, those fucking games. They're on Switch. Some of them are not on PlayStation. So that's okay. Those games stay, but Neptunia doesn't. Dead End Request doesn't. What the fuck, Nintendo? Nintendo always making perfect sense. They never make any fucking sense, man. No, I don't remember you, Yubi Clown Knight. And why are you calling me uncle? Who are you? I only have one nephew. One nephew in the entire world. One person who has the right to call me uncle in this planet. And he lives in another city and we haven't seen him in many, many years. Sakura Wars on Wii must have had fan service. Yes, it does. A little bit. It's a humble fan service, I'd say. Thank you, Red Miller. Thanks a bunch. Hey, if you guys want to request a song for today, let me know. But it's gonna have to be a super chat. I was going to buy a Grinch mask for today's stream. I was gonna do that, but I didn't. I thought it would be like way too fucking stupid. Wearing the hat right now is fucking stupid, you know. And I was gonna, use like a regular Grinch mask and say, you want music, pay for it. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Tired of this fucking thing. And it's like, oh my god. My hair went along with the hat. The hat is kick. Is it? Well, I don't see anybody giving a shit about the hat though. Merry Christmas to you too, man. Hopefully next year, if I get a raise, I can support you on Patreon. Well, I'm hoping for that too, man. Indonesia. So you're not my nephew. You're wearing your hat with you? Really? Are you going to play or review Tales of Rebirth? Both. I'll stream it and then review it once I'm done with it. I'll stream the game very soon. Very, very soon. Next week. That's a guarantee. That game deserves a stream. I've always wanted the game to be translated, and finally, I think it's translated by the same team that did Tales of Destiny Director Scott and Tales of Innocence R on the PS Vita. Same guys, I think. It's called, the studio is called Life Bottle. Those are the guys who made the translation. Thank you, Life Bottle, for translating these games. Hopefully you were more respectful than the actual localization teams out there that get paid. I mean, you guys did it for free, so hopefully you stayed true to the original scripts of those games and you didn't alter anything for the sake of political agendas. Hopefully, because I haven't finished Tales of Rebirth. Tales of Innocence R. I haven't played Tales of Destiny Director Scott on the PlayStation 2, I will. And I haven't played Tales of Rebirth because I want to play it for the first time live in front of an audience. Did Girl Answer 6 ever got that fan translation? Tekka, you probably missed the video where I reviewed it. Nobody gave a fuck about that video. I don't understand why. I don't know, it probably got wrecked by YouTube or the algorithm. I don't know. I did a top 10 fan translated JRPGs. And I reviewed Girl Lancer 6, man. Because it's fan translated, so... I don't know, it's like, I feel like no one watched that fucking video. Hopefully they'll translate the skits of Eternia? What? What are you talking about? Tales of Eternia? Were the skits in Japanese? I don't remember that. I played the PSP version, or maybe they were... I played the PSP version, and I think I remember the skits. Do I? That was many years ago. What were you talking about? You're gonna put it in a server rack and network upgrade, so you gotta save your money for that. A server rack and network upgrade. I don't know what that is, but good luck with that, Praetor. The skits aren't translated? Really? I don't know, man. I don't remember any Japanese text in the PSP version. Maybe they were removed. Heck if I know. Are you waiting for any indie RPG? Not right now. I don't know of any that I'm waiting for. I don't know, man. No, I don't think so. Oh, they're making a Crosscode sequel. Great, I'm not playing it. I didn't like the first game. The puzzles ruined it. Too many of them. Too fucking many. It's more of a puzzle game than an action RPG, I got tired of it, man. It's a great game, and if you're into like 10,000 puzzles and shit, and annoying puzzles, give it a chance, it's great. Great music, great graphics, story. Great, right? But I'm pretty sure the sequel is gonna be... I don't give a shit about it, man. It's a famous indie game, man, and it takes place in modern settings, and with... no. You probably already know what's gonna happen with that. Early Merry Christmas to you too, Gamer for Life. Who is your favorite Shin Megami Tensei demon? Again with that question? We haven't talked about that in a long time though. That used to be a recurrent question, you know? And I've never been able to answer. I don't have one. I'll just say Succubus, you know? That's just great. But as a unit, probably Titania or... there are some demons whose names I can't even pronounce, you know? Fucking names, man. I don't even know how that's pronounced. And then there's, I don't even remember some of them, you know? I'm just trying to think of my final party in Nocturne. Or in 5, or in Devil Survivor, you know? And I don't even remember some of the names. You don't trust most indie RPGs? Because of politics, or because they're like they lack quality, or they don't have a lot of testers, or why is that? That Shiva fight. Ah, yeah. That fucking Shiva fight. I know. I never beat it. Not even on easy mode. It's fucking hardcore. I'm surprised no one's asking anything about Xenoblade Chronicles X. I guess I was pretty thorough with my review. Or maybe, I don't know, the algorithm killed the video and no one watched it. Have you ever tried going back after replaying Devil Survivor on the DS? Actually, I did that on my birthday. I streamed the original version on my birthday, you know. But I'd rather stick to the 3DS version. It's just better. It's a little bit more rebalanced. It's still hard as fuck, you know, but nowhere near as fucking ridiculous as the original version. You know, so I don't think I'll ever go back to the original Nintendo DS Devil Survivor game. Never. I own it. You know, I just don't see the point. Why would I do that? It's just better to play a 3DS version. Yeah, that's a legendary boss fight. Demi-Fiend in Digital Devil Saga 1. One of the hardest JRPG super bosses ever. Right? What are the hardest super bosses? I don't know much about super bosses. You know, I usually don't fight them, or I fight them when I'm over leveled and by coincidence. Like I happen to fight one super boss in Chrono Cross. It's in like the Earth Dragon Isle. I forgot the name of the guy, you know, that fucking boss. But when I first played Chrono Cross, I never found that boss. I didn't even know about it. You know, all I did was find the boss, you know, by surprise, by mere chance on my second playthrough. And I was over leveled, so of course I beat the shit out of it, you know. So I don't know, what are the hardest super bosses in JRPGs ever? Besides the Demi-Fiend in Digital Devil Saga, who was also a super boss, super hardcore boss fight in Shin Megami Tensei 5, really, I think, right? Right? I never found him. Anyway, so Shiva is probably my pick. One of the hardest, I think it's the hardest super boss I fought. Elizabeth from Persona 3, you know? Well, what are the hardest super bosses in JRPGs? Oh, you don't trust the quality mostly, and if the art style looks dumb Tumblr-ish, you can guess the politics of the Tumblr-ish. Yeah. Will you play more translated JRPGs in 2025? You bet your ass I will. In fact, I'm about to stream Tales of Rebirth pretty soon. People are leaving, man. Okay. I'll put the hat on again. You know? Don't leave. It's back. See? Oh, there you go. Jump back. It's back. Merry fucking Christmas. Ragu o Ragula in Wild Arms 2 was hard as fuck. Again, I don't even know who that is though. The Dark Aeons and Penance sucked in Final Fantasy X. Okay, Damn. You guys are gonna have to let me know, what are some of the hardest super bosses out there. Because I don't know that many. Let me know. Speaking of Xenoblade X, isn't the original version of X already censored? Yeah, just the Lin swimsuit, that's it. I don't know. Did you guys see my video? I made my girls, with the exception of Lin, because I didn't see the point. My girls, my protagonist, that redhead, I gave her the sexiest bikini and she's super hot looking. And then Elma looks super hot as well, Irina, But Irina also has a swimsuit, and it's just the same fucking swimsuit in the Japanese version. But in the Western localization, her swimsuit was... If you buy the same swimsuit, it's censored. They added some layers. I guess it's because Lin is 13 years old, and in the Cassandra Lee Morris is her voice actress. And I guess it's because the character is 13 years old. But if you read the Wikipedia article, I don't trust Wikipedia nowadays because it's politicized very. They altered they altered a lot of articles just for the sake of politics and shit. Thank you very much, Iru. Local hot. What a username, man. He says, greetings from Poland. What's your take on Valkyria Chronicles, not the spin-off? By the way, play some Ys. Merry Christmas. Are you new? Who the hell do you think you're talking to? I mean, thank you for the donation, but can you guys believe this person asking me about Valkyria Chronicles and telling me to play some Ys? Welcome to Erick Landon RPG, man. Welcome. Glad to have you here. Your comment screams that you're new in this channel. Do it. Oh yes, sir. I'll play Ys. YS. Is that an abbreviation for something? I don't know that. I don't know what that is. YS. Ys. Wise. Never heard of that, man. I don't know what the fuck that is. Anyway, yes, Lin from Xenoblade Chronicles X is censored, and apparently Cassandra Lee Morris, the English voice actress, and Tetsuya Takahashi, the director of the game, they were in favor of that censorship. That's what Wikipedia says. I think it's bullshit, but you never know nowadays. That's what I wanted to say. Anyway, Iru from Poland, are you asking me to play some Ys music? Because I said before that if you want to listen to some music, you're gonna have to do a super chat. Are you asking me to play some Ys music? I can do that, no problem. Oh, so yeah, I thought you were like, play some Ys games. Like I've never played. I'm not the biggest fucking hardcore fan of the Ys series on YouTube. And I've covered Valkyria Chronicles to death, man. I can't believe you're asking me that. That's one of my top 20 favorite JRPGs of all time. I've made videos dedicated to it. I made a top 10 things you didn't know about Valkyria Chronicles video earlier this year where I talked about its entire history and development. Check it out. Anyway, some Ys music. Okay. Yeah, I'll do some Ys music. I'll do this. I'll play the best fucking Ys song of all time. No, this. I'll play this. The best Ys song of all time, man. I can put this backwards. That's the best Ys song ever made. You recommend playing Chrono Cross. Oh really? Thanks for the recommendation. What's your favorite East game? I just reviewed East 10. Nah, that's not my favorite. My favorite is 9. 9. 8 and 9 are my favorites, but I like 9 a bit more because of its dark story and more mature themes. You know, I like it a bit more. So I would say 9 is my favorite, yeah. If Switch 2 is similar in design to the original Switch, do you think Nintendo will have a hard time selling it to consumers? Many can think it's the same console but more expensive. Good question, yeah. I think so. But first and foremost, I think it's almost a guarantee the Switch 2 is going to be very similar. But you know, I think the PlayStation 5 is like extremely similar to the PlayStation 4. Like most people don't even see the point. So Nintendo either... most people don't see the point in buying a PS5 when they already have a PS4, a PS4 Pro. Get yourself a PS4 Pro and that's it. Why the fuck would you need a PlayStation 5? Considering it's super expensive, right? So Switch, Nintendo is probably gonna have to do something different if they want to stay on the competition, you know? They nailed it with the Switch, they know that, but if they reuse the formula, they may get into trouble and it's gonna be the same. People are gonna be like that, like what you're saying. They're gonna say it's the same console but more expensive, like PlayStation 5. It's like a more expensive PS4 console. The end. We all know that, right? So Nintendo's gonna have to do something different or vastly different, you know, if they really want to compete. I don't know what they're gonna do though. Let's hope it's something just as awesome and interesting and successful as a Switch. Since it's, wow, missed a lot of questions, sorry guys. I did a stream of Sekiro. You can find my Sekiro Shadows Die Twice stream here on YouTube. That was a long time ago though, but you can find it there. I played it. What are my top 5 favorite Christmas movies? I don't really give a damn about Christmas movies. So I don't know, man. Batman Returns. Is that a Christmas movie? Batman Returns? That's my favorite. You think the bot slap scene in Valkyria Chronicles 4 was the last risky stuff that came out of Japan before the DEI infection? No, trust me, they've done way more. It's just that particular bot slap scene was really popular. That's great. That's interesting, you know, in a game where they try to be as politically incorrect as possible with that bot slap scene. But guess what? That fucking game has a non-binary character. Fuck that character, right? And I don't even know if that's a character, if that was just a localization. I mean, the localization team, Sega of Woke America, made that character a non-binary, but I don't know if it's if the Japanese developers made that character that way. You know, I think it's a girl, because that's a girl. You know, it's just guys and girls in this fucking planet. You disagree? I don't know. Build a fucking spaceship and go find that other planet where there's more than 2 fucking sexes, assholes. We're still listening to East music, right? Beat of the Terror says here. Fuck is this? Well, this is good. Let's play this one. Come on! Fucking ads. I don't know what this is. Anyway, let's go back to my playlist. But seriously, if you guys have any requests for music, let me know, but it's gonna have to be a super chat. Merry Christmas to you too, Kramer. Have you played Xanadu Next? No, I know it, and I've heard great things about it. I haven't played it though. This sounds like a Tales music. This is this exists archive. Well, it sounds like Motoi Sakuraba. I wasn't too far off, you know. Motoi Sakuraba, man. Hello, Asim. Asim. I'm gonna call you Asim. Because Asim sounds like ass. You know, Asim, so Asim. I'm gonna call you Asim now. You're the same guy on Twitch? Grinch? Of course I'm a Grinch. I don't give a fuck about anything from Atlus, man, so no, I didn't play that fucking game. Will the Switch 2 use physical copies? Because I am worried after the PS5 that you have to buy a disc drive from $100. You know, let's call Nintendo, because I know a guy in Nintendo that gives me all the information, you know, to answer your question. You know, 666 Nintendo. Let's call the guy from Nintendo, you know. My guy. Hey, what's up, man? Hey, it's Eric. Merry fucking Christmas to you too, man. So listen, I'm live right now on my YouTube channel and someone's asking me if the Switch 2 is going to have physical games. You know? So, can you tell me that? He says, yes, it will have physical games. Now you know. You can tell everybody the news on the internet, you know? Make posts everywhere. Confirmed. My guy at Nintendo... He just told me, he just confirmed to me that there will be physical games for the Switch 2. Yes, Nahul. Is that how your name is pronounced? Nahul? Nahul? I hope it is. Oh, Asim, you're the same from Twitch. You're the same person. Anyway, Nahul, yeah, I already talked about that. It's fucking bullshit. Falcom is going the Atlas way. Next, we'll get like East 9 Golden and East 8 the Royal. Thanks again for the super chat, Iru. Human guy sword dude. His unique attribute is being a ginger and being followed by a power metal band. Now tell us who is East best girl. Human guy sword dude? Oh, you mean Al Christin? Okay. That's fucking great. That was great. That's a great comment, man. East best girl. I love Karja. I fucking love Karja. East 10 is not one of the best East games out there, okay? That's 8 and 9. Those are the best. But when it comes to, like, best girl, Karja. I love her, man. I fell in love with Karja. What do you want me to do? I like Dana. I like Laxia a lot. I like, Aprilis and Doll a lot. Like Doll. Doll used to be my best girl, my best East girl, you know, Doll from East 9. Love her. I fucking love her. But then Karja happened. Karna, yeah, from Salsera. She's super sexy, yeah. I like the girl with blue hair, though. It's great, man. Great girls in the E series. I'm gonna do let's do a fucking tier list one of these days. The East waifus tier list. So my S tier will be like Dana, Laxia, Unica number 1. Yeah, that's correct, Nahul. So where are my Unica fans? Come on, just because she's wearing a sexy bikini. I mean, Unica's Unica, man. You gotta love Unica no matter what. Oh, fine. I lost 10 people. Fine. I'm not doing the East waifu tier list, fuckers. I'm done. There are rumors about Sega trying to create its own subscription service to play Sega games, similar to Game Pass or Ubisoft Plus. There's a Ubisoft Plus? Fuck those guys. Why aren't those guys already bankrupt? Why is that company still standing? What's my take on it? I don't care. I don't give a shit. I don't even use those services. If they do that, great. If they don't, I don't care. They only make Yakuza games now? Really? No, they do a lot of things. They own Atlus, man. Sky series is better than Crossbell series. Well, they are the same series, man. I know what you mean. I like Sky second chapter more than the Crossbell duology. But the Crossbell duology is better than Sky 1 and 3. That's my opinion. So, in reality, they're like on the same level. But, you know, Crossbell isn't about Estelle. Fuck them. Fuck that. Fuck that piece of shit of a series. Everyone is gassing up Crossbell? What does that mean? Gassing up? Is that a bad thing or a good thing? Gassing up. Crossbell is praised so much. Really, it is? Okay. I'm a Reverie guy. Can we praise Reverie? We need to start praising Reverie more. Reverie is the ultimate fan service game. It's got everything you want. That's right, Melphis. I don't want to spoil anything from East 10, but yeah. He's been doing that. Fucking ladies, man. Womanizer. Fucking adult Christian, man. Should they make a Trails in the Sky 4? Where Estelle is in her late 20s? No, please no. Please don't do that. Thank you, Kiss. Sky the Third or Reverie? Reverie! Reverie! Have you seen my blog? Trails into Reverie is my favorite Trails game of all time now. Too bad the localization was done by those guys, but yeah. You heard wrong, Pale God. Can't you come up with better trolling? Like, it's boring, man. No, I would like to see a new storyline with Estelle Bright being on her late 20s. Because we see in Trails in the Sky, how old is she in Trails in the Sky, the first one? She's like 17, right? And the entire trilogy takes place like within 1 or 2 years, I believe. So that means by Trails in the Sky the third, or let's put it this way, by Trails from Zero, when she appears there with Joshua, she's probably what, like 19 years old? And then in Cold Steel, let's go all the way up to Cold Steel to Reverie, because it's the last one, right? Or, well, Daybreak takes place after, but Daybreak is a piece of shit. Ren in Daybreak looks like she's fucking 16 at least. How old is she in there? 15, 16 maybe? Let's say 16. I don't know their ages in the fucking games. But Ren is like in the same class as this Agnes girl. And I think she's like 16 in there or 7. She's fucking 16, right? So that means Estelle Bright is like at least 24? She's 23 in Cold Steel? Really? Wait, that doesn't make any sense. How can she be 23? That can't be. She can't be 23 in Cold Steel because, you know, Cold Steel happens like maybe 2 fucking years after Sky, or I don't know, man. Fucking man. Okay, so if Ren is 17 by Daybreak, And she was fucking 10 years old in Trails in the Sky, so that means 10 years. So fucking Estelle is already kinda in her late 20s. At least mean late. So we already got that, man. That's where I want you check the wiki. Okay. So she's probably 26 right now. She's not in her late 20s, but almost there, right? So there you go. We don't need Trails in the Sky 4 with Estelle in her 20s, in her late 20s, because she already kinda is. And we need Estelle in her late 30s. So I can relate more, you know, to Joshua and some, I don't know. Sorry, she's 21. Ooh, sorry, you made a 2 years mistake. You checked the wiki and it said 23, but all of a sudden, oh, sorry, she's 21. Oh, nice trolling. We need menopause Estelle. Come on, that's late 40s, man. We don't need that. They could have a child with Joshua. They? Estelle is a girl, man. She's a she. Get your pronouns straight. We need Erick to livestream Omega Quintet. I already did that, believe it or not. I'm not kidding. That was a long time ago. It was like 4 years ago. Actually, almost exactly 4 years ago. I'm pretty sure it was December of 2020. No way! 5 years ago. It was December of 2019. 5 years ago, I streamed that piece of shit for the first time. I paid $5 for it in the PlayStation Store, and I was like, it's compiled hard, you know, it looks interesting, it looks idolish, and I'm probably not gonna like it, but, you know, let's do this. So I played it, I streamed it, and fuck that game. Can you tell me about the Uta Wareru Mono games? Trilogy pack on Switch will be releasing next year in Japan. ASIM. So there's a video I made entirely dedicated to that series. It's called What the Hell is Uta Wareru Mono? You know, check it out. I reviewed all games in there. All of them. Every single one of them. Even that one spin-off. We never got the second one though. We only got the first one. But it's reviewed in there. Check it out. Any plans to stream the RPG based on your life? Is there an RPG based on my life? If there is, then yes, I'll stream it. But I've never seen an RPG based on my life. Or is that a rhetorical question? I haven't played Fantasia Neo Dimension. Someone told me there's demo. I haven't played the demo. I will. Is it on PlayStation 5? Is the demo on PS5? Or is it only on Switch? Let me know. I haven't played it. The fan made the game based on you. Oh, the guy from Argentina. Yeah, he made a fan-made game based on me. That was a long time ago, though. Did he ever finish the game? I haven't heard anything. That was many years ago. I don't even know if he finished the game. We already talked about the Trails games and Trails vs. Ys. Yeah. You should check out RPG Maker 3 because it uses 3D polygons. Okay, so, you know, the one that I've used is the... I don't use them, okay? I have no patience for programming shit. I've answered this million times before. But I played some RPG Maker games on the one that's on PlayStation 4 and Switch. It's called RPG Maker MV Player, something like that. It's great, you know. But you played, I don't know, like 2-3 games, and since they all look exactly the same, you kind of get tired, you know, like quickly. It's hard to find RPGs done with RPG Maker that look like really different, you know. I've seen some, you know, but they aren't like super original. In terms of story, though, they are like really cool. I played some with they had like a fantastic story, like really good comedy, very incorrect shit, you know. But the graphics and the battle mechanics, the menu interface, the names of the attacks, you know, it's the same, right? So I don't know. People should do more RPG Maker games. They're like very different, like graphically speaking, you know, something different, you know, because if you download RPG Maker NV Player is like free, you can download it for free, and if you want to create video games in there, you gotta pay for it, okay? But if you want to download it, if you just want to play random fucking games people made, you can do that for free. You can download the fucking software for free, you know, and play them. You know, that's what I did. And I actually made a video about that, you know, a stream. And I uploaded that stream here on YouTube. That was like a year ago, you know? And all of the games, like, because I started playing them for like months. Not months, maybe just a few weeks, you know, and they all look the same. So I think we need like different shit from RPG Maker. Do you think Chinese games will dominate the market in the future? Probably. Is Tokyo Xanadu worth playing? Sure. Fear Mine Idol crap. I do, and I never finished the game as a result, but yeah. Gameplay wise, the game is phenomenal. Fucking battle system is great, man. I still think you should do a visual novel. Yeah. I did one, it's called the Sephira Project. And it's here on YouTube, but it's private. I'll make it public, you know, it's been a long time. You know, it's just every single episode got a lot of copyright claims because I used music from bands. From Nine Inch Nails, Deftones, The Cure. You know, fucking bands. So every episode has like 5 copyright claims. Each episode is like 20 minutes long. And it's done with the Gaia Online sprites. When I used to play Gaia Online before it got infested by bullshit. That was many years ago, so I left. And you gotta watch it on full screen. If you watch that shit on your phone, you're not gonna be able to read the text. It's too small. You know, come on, I did everything on Paint. I did everything on Paint. Microsoft Paint. With dialogue boxes, like in an RPG, you know? So that the text is like really small and yeah, I'm not interested in making a visual novel. Yeah, we already talked about that, Tier. Is your username because of Tier McDowell from Suikoden? That's great. Hey, that Lost Soul aside, that's been a thing for a while, hasn't it? Is that the same game? Like, that was years ago when they announced it or something, you know? You look dressed as a burglar with a Santa hat. That's the whole point. That's the point. That was a point. 2017! Lost Soul aside? Fuck, so it's been in development for almost 8 fucking years? No, I don't realize that, Phantonium. I just don't, I'm sorry. Isn't Santa technically a burglar? He breaks into people's houses. Motherfucker enters the chimneys without our permission. He trespasses. Come on, man. And why would you go in there? You don't even fit. A fat ass motherfucker doesn't even fit in most chimneys. You know? What the hell? So the developer of Lost Soul Aside was inspired by Devil May Cry and Final Fantasy 15, 2 games I give no fucks about. Then now I officially don't give a fuck about Lost Soul Aside. Are you going to use turn-based or action in the Trail in the Sky remake? I'll probably do action for the regular enemies, And bosses is gonna be forced turn-based like in Daybreak, right? Look, all I care about when it comes to the Trails in the Sky remake, all I want is a normal localization, normal translation. Don't fucking inject your agendas. Fuck you, assholes. No. Don't be like that, gung-ho. Don't do the... Learn from what the bullshit things America did. Learn from that mistake. Don't do the same. Did you play Bayonetta 2 or 3? Nope, just the first one and fucking... 1 hour, maybe? My problem with Bayonetta, the first one, is that fucking game... I mean, the fan service is great and all, but I just... The story was fucking stupid, man. And didn't convince me, but... Maybe it gets better later, you know, I can't judge the story, but the gameplay was all over the place. I didn't know, I had no clue what I was doing, and the controls were all like messed up, like super chaotic, and I don't know. I didn't like Bayonetta. Do you think Yuji Horii is basically dead now? Yes. So that's my opinion on Bayonetta. 3 is the weakest. Yeah, I imagine it's the weakest. It's a modern game. Obviously, it's gotta be the weakest of them all. When is Dragon Quest 12 coming out? Never. I hope never. I hope it fucking dies and Dragon Quest gets buried. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I get it. The story in Bayonetta is like a comedy, right? But it's... There are some goofy stories that I like, and then there's the ones that I don't like. And the humor in Bayonetta was kind of like meh, you know? But I don't have a strong opinion on that, you know? I only played the game for an hour. I know there's a movie. Isn't there a movie or anime? I think I started watching it and I got bored. Buy anything from the Steam Winter Sale? Nope, I'm still messing around with emulators. Thanks a bunch, Alex. He says, Merry Christmas. Thanks for all that you do for the JRPG community. Check your PayPal for more proper Christmas gifts. Nice hat. Thanks, man. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Okay. Wishing you and your family the happiness of the season. Likewise, Alex. Thanks a bunch, buddy. Oh, and do I have one? I'm probably gonna mispronounce his name though. Syed Fahad? Is that guy watching the stream right now? If so, thank you very much. He sent a message saying thank you for your awesome stream. Always remember to press the view button and look for the red X. I don't know what you meant by that, but thanks for the gift, man. Thanks a bunch, man. Syed Fahad. I don't know if you're watching this right now, but thank you very much. Or if you'll watch this later, thanks a bunch, man. But at least Lost Soul Aside is in open world. So I have a rant on Xenoblade Chronicles X. I just reviewed the game a couple of days ago in my video 5 RPGs I need to talk about, episode 7. It's there, watch it. Great review. It was a long review. I think I spoke about it like 6 or 7 minutes, you know. So check it out, definitely. No one was expecting that review. I hope you guys got a little surprise when you watched the video and you were like, oh my god. Yeah, people were always asking me about that game and I was like, no, I haven't played it, I barely touched it, you know. And then I got the new computer and one of the first things I did was download the Wii U emulator. It worked and I played Xenoblade Chronicles X. But meanwhile, in public, I was just doing 3DS, GameCube, PS2 streams and that, and people were asking me, so are you gonna play Xenoblade Chronicles X? And I was like, yeah, maybe. So I lied. Xenoblade Chronicles X, I played that almost from the start, you know? And then I reviewed it 2 days ago. So go watch my review if you haven't seen it. But I have a rant. A rant that I mentioned briefly during my review. Okay? You already know how I feel about open world games. I've been... every now and then the occasional viewer comes here and asks me about... open world. What's my opinion on open world RPGs? Or if they see me complaining about them, they ask me, "What's your problem?" You know, and I always answer. You know, so you already know that. But I have a specific problem with Xenoblade Chronicles X. And it's mostly that all Xenoblade games have the same problem, but this one seems to be like it has the biggest, like the problem, that particular problem here is like magnified, you know? You always get these fucking enemies around you, no matter where you go. In all Xenoblade games, they're like 10, 20, fucking 50 levels above you. That's okay. That's every Xenoblade game for you, okay? But what I fucking hate in Xenoblade Chronicles X, specifically in X, because I played the others, and I did have similar issues with the other Xenoblade games, but nowhere near as hardcore as in this one. Nowhere near as annoying as in this one. This is every time I go out to grind, half of the time, someone in my party lures one of those fucking enemies that's like 10 levels above me. Or one of the bigger ones. You know, they're like on the same level. Or like I'm 2 levels above them, but since they're fucking huge, they still kick your ass, right? So they lure them. Why does that happen so often in this fucking game? That happens in all the Xenoblade games, but it's not as often as in this one. Like, what the fuck? I'm taking my... I want to grind this fucking area. And I'm trying to avoid these motherfuckers. They're like... There's a considerable distance between them and me. You know, but my fucking party members, you know, they feel like it's a good idea to go all the way there and attack the guy from here. But because they went all the way there, they lured that fucking motherfucker, you know, that was like 20 levels above me. So what happens? They come towards you and they destroyed you. Sure, there's no game over, but you don't really die. Okay, you respawn from your last checkpoint, or so to say. From the last site you visited, okay? So the probe site, or the whatever hexagon thing that you unlocked before. You know what I mean. Play the game. You know what I'm talking about. Play the fucking game. So that, or watch my review. So I hate that. But you know what? Like, that's just the tip of the iceberg. You wanna know what's the icing on the cake that pisses me off? The scales. When you get your fucking giant mechs and robots, they cost a lot of money. They only give you one. You gotta buy the others. And they cost a lot of fucking money, man. And they made something realistic about the gameplay mechanics with those fucking mechs. They gave them insurance. You know, can you get even more realistic than that? The fucking robots have insurance. Well, they only have like a few uses, right? So, if these mechs can get destroyed. If they get destroyed, you know, they just explode, but your character safely ejects out of them and they can keep fighting with full HP. That's great. But if these fucking mechs get destroyed too many times, you know, you lose them forever. So just what I just told you right now, now teleport back to like 2 minutes ago when I said that my party members very often lure the motherfucking enemies, you know, that are like 10 levels above you, so they destroy you. So, what do you think happens? They come, they destroy your fucking mechs, and when you respawn, if you die, you respawn in human form. Your mechs stayed destroyed. So, ever since I got the scales, every time I go out and grind, I'm trying to find a good area to grind, and then I find it. But, you know, it's infested like every other fucking area in the game, infested with enemies from all different levels. They got a level diversity going on in there. You know? So half of the time, I gotta be extremely careful. But if one of my mechs dies or gets destroyed, I reset the fucking game. And so I'm resetting the game. It's not like, oh, I die, but, the rest of my party members managed to kill the guy. No, my mech is destroyed. And I gotta use an insurance point when I go back to base. Or it's just better to reset the fucking game. Fuck that, man. I really hope... Look, I don't give a shit about the remaster because it's probably gonna be destroyed by politics or some censorship bullshit. But gameplay-wise, I hope that's fixed in the remaster. Because that's fucking bullshit, man. If you die, if your whole party gets wiped out, why can't I respawn in my mechs? Why do I have to go back to base and restore them with the insurance? Why do I have to reset the game? It's bullshit. You know what, Monolith Soft? What's a better idea? Don't infest every fucking area with over-leveled enemies. You didn't do that in the other Xenoblade games. There's a bunch of really powerful enemies, but you have a way to avoid them easily. But in this fucking game, no! They're everywhere! It's a fucking plague of over-leveled monsters everywhere. And that's my rant with Xenoblade Chronicles X. Great fucking game, but that's by far my biggest complaint with it. It's insulting. That's right. Now back to your questions. You want another rant of the same fucking game? Bullshit bosses. But that's a spoiler, so I'm not gonna talk about that. But it's got a bunch of bullshit bosses. Story bosses. Bullshit bosses, man. The type of boss that you look up online, what the fuck? And there's like a million advices and you try some of them, nothing works. And then when you finally figure it out, you're like, why? Why couldn't that... this game, man. This fucking game. Yes, I used Semu from Wii U. Didn't know there was an emulator for the Wii U? There was. Now you know. It's called Semu. Zemu, like Semu, not Semuria, Zemu. Will you play Legend of Spyro on emulator? Because I like the straightforward gameplay that is better than Final Fantasy 13. What? You're gonna play Infinity Nikki too? We want to see you creating cute looks dressing her. Haseo asks. Haseo from .hackgu, huh? I don't know if I'll play Infinity Nikki, man. Like, I don't give a damn about anything modern nowadays. But maybe I will if it goes through my filter. Pretendo is good for Wii U. Online games. Oh, cool. Should I play Xenogears and Saga before Blade? Sure. You know, the thing about every Xeno sub-series is that they don't seem to be connected, you know. And you know, Xenoblade Chronicles X is like they apparently, and it's official, it has nothing to do with the other games. Like, it's a completely standalone game, man, apparently. That, I'll be honest, you know, that's not a rant. I'm not gonna rant anymore about Xenoblade Chronicles X. I fucking love the game. But story-wise, I was kind of hoping for it to be like the prequel. Because you know how it starts, right? The game starts with the Earth goes to hell. It is destroyed, right? And what's left of humanity, you know, goes to a different planet. And you got this... Well, that's a spoiler, but there's some things that make you think, oh, so maybe this is what happens before all the Xenoblade games. And then you look it up online and no, that game's standalone. Has nothing to do with the series. Well, okay. So for all of you that are about to ask, is it okay to start with Xenoblade Chronicles X? Yes, it's okay. It's a standalone game. It's not connected to any of the others. You can start with it. Or just remember, it's an open world game. And a really open world. I know the others also have these open world features. No. This is a true open world game. Fucking Skyrim level of open world. I'm not kidding, right? So keep that in mind. Do you have an opinion of Final Fantasy XIV? No, I don't. I've never played it. Thanks to your video, I learned about Anima Gate of Memories. A pretty interesting game, completely unplayable. It's playable, you know, people have beat the game. But, it's just way too fucking hard, man. It's, you know what my problem with Anima Gate of Memories? It's the Rondo of Swords situation. Wow, it's fucking 15 people left. Alright. Jesus. It's the Rondo of Swords situation. It's great, but it's just too fucking hard. That's its only problem. It's way too difficult. That's it. It's a good game. It is playable. Come on. But I don't recommend it. And there's a sequel, man. Did you play Linda Cube? No, I did not play Linda Cube. What is that? No, I don't recommend Anima Gate of Memories. I'm just saying it's not bad. That's right, Terry. That was my rage. That was my rant. I needed to get that out of my system. The way you progress heart to heart in X is pretty goddamn obtuse. Yeah, it is. Listen, it's not the best Xenoblade game. It's just not. But it's still fucking great. I mean, it's great. Is God Eater worth it? You mean the anime or the games? Well, actually, the answer is yes to both. You know, the anime, the God Eater anime, that's fucking great. Great anime, man. And the games are great, but the games are like... Okay, so they were influenced by Monster Hunter. But only in terms of like you go into a mission and you buy a powerful enemy. And that's it. In Monster Hunter, you go into the overworld, you know, you don't go in stages. And in God Eater, you go into like small stages, you know, and you gotta find the boss. In every stage, the powerful elite monster, so that's repetitive. So they're very repetitive games, but they are story-driven. Unlike Monster Hunter, these games are very story-driven. They have a plot, a really good one. They have a lot of fan service, which is great, but it kind of gets in the way with the story trying to take itself seriously sometimes. It's like, okay. But yeah, it's great stories in all of them. But just keep in mind that the games get a lot of comparison to Monster Hunter, and I think a lot of those comparisons are wrong, you know, because at the same time, yes, they were inspired by Monster Hunter, but they're like very different. You want to play a more Monster Hunter ripoff clone? Play Toukiden. Those are more similar to Monster Hunter. But God Eater, I think it's its own thing. You know, it just took some influence from Monster Hunter, but that's it. Great games, all of them, and brutal. And the anime is very worth checking out. Yeah, we already talked about that, Melphis, the censorship in Xenoblade X. Why do you like Super Mario RPG more than Paper Mario 64? Probably because Super Mario RPG is a game that I played to death when I was like 16 years old. And I didn't play Paper Mario 64 until I was an adult, and I never finished it, so... we already talked about that, Phantonium, in the previous Q&A a week ago. Neptunia games, cancel on Switch. Have you ever... Yes, sweetest sadist, I have, and I failed miserably, and I don't think I'll ever try again. I have no patience for RPG, for the video game design. I have zero patience. I can write a story, that's it. Are you interested in that Freedom Wars remaster? We talked about that. There's a clip about that on my second channel. Linda Cube is a PS1 JRPG with dark and mess up story that now got an English translation this year. I'm gonna have to look it up now. Fuck yeah. Linda Cube. Cube, not Q. What? This looks fucking weird, man. Let's look at the images. It's developed by Alpha System. Fuck is this, man? Yeah, this looks weird. Not that weird though, but weird. Thanks for bringing this game to my attention. I'm very interested in fan translations. I'm always interested in them. I've been covering fan translated JRPGs for many years, man. But I wanna. This year, I made the. I proposed to myself that I will cover them more often, you know, and yeah, I think I've proven my point. I think I've achieved that already, but I will continue making more content on fan translated JRPGs. It's great, man. It looks fucking weird as hell. Great, it's great. What about a visual novel with stick figures? You're late, Terry. I already talked about that. What's the general opinion on Grace SF? I don't fucking know. I can give you my opinion, but the general opinion, I think everybody agrees it's a great game. Here's what I think it's the general opinion. The game's great, the game's super hard, and it's not one of the best Tales games. And you know what? For once I agree with the general... I know I'm usually that guy who disagrees with the general opinion, but there are some exceptions. That's one of them. I agree with that 100%. The game's fucking great, it's too fucking hard, and it's not one of the best Tales games. That's just me, though. The game has a lot of fans who will tell you it's the best. Have you heard of Sudeki? Yes, I played it. Great fan service for an Xbox game. That's an original Xbox game. Have you played Kagero Deception 2? No, I would love to though. I'll play that game one of these days. I played the original Tecmo's Deception on PS1. It's on first person and it's bad. Innovative, but bad. I don't like it. But I haven't played the others, you know, with the sexy girls. I played 4 and I streamed it on PS3. It's also on PS4. Great game. I played Trapped on PS2. Good game. But I've never played Deception 2 or 3. Those are the only ones that I haven't played. Did you play Elden Ring? No. Didn't they finish a fan translation? Tales? Yeah, Tales of Rebirth. Tales of Rebirth has been fan translated, everybody. Finally, in English, fully playable PS2 version. And I will stream it very soon. Very fucking soon. Next week. Tales of Rebirth stream coming soon. What the hell? 7th Dragon 3? You guys can't see the playlist. It's not capturing the fucking thing. Oh, there he is. Holy shit, look at that. Alright, there you have it. Wasn't showing up. Do we get a Cthulhu Saves Christmas stream? I already streamed that game. When was that? Like 6 months ago? Anyway, I played that game already, man. I made a stream on that. Yeah, Terry, I agree. Leone looks a lot like the girl from Deception 2. Do you recommend Metal Slug Tactics? I haven't played it, man, but I will. It's on sale? How much is it? Like, I can finally make Steam work nowadays. How much is on sale to you? Don't say fucking 20. That's not on sale. 20? I'm asking the price, not the percentage. I'll buy it when it's like $10 or less, preferably on a console. But now I can play Steam in this fucking computer, so I will. What do you think of the Lunar series? I'm not the biggest fan, I like them. First 2 games are good. The rest is kind of like meh or bad. 19 euros. Fuck that, no. Don't buy that. Don't buy it. What JRPGs have too many mandatory side quests? It's called Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Torna the Golden Country. You won't find a better example of a JRPG with a lot of mandatory side quests. Any opinions on Bug Fables? I haven't played it. Sale for Zelda Breath of the Wild means $56. Well, at least it's in fucking Koei Tecmo, man. There are more, Terry. There's one on the Game Gear. I forget its name. It's Lunar something, you know. It's kind of like a spin-off. So there's 4. I think there may be a 5th one. I don't remember. I covered the entire series a long time ago in a video called What the Hell Happened to Lunar. And I talked about all of them. All of the games. I think there's 5 games. But 2 of them never left Japan, you know. Yeah, that's why you don't know them. I have never played 7 Dragon 2020. Just that one on the 3DS, you know. Just got Black Myth Wukong. Oh yeah, I'm playing it. I'll play that game eventually, you know, but right now it's way too expensive. You would love to see an Ark the Lad Twilight of the Spirits remake. Oh yeah? Well, I wouldn't. I'm fine with the original versions. Will you play the new Valkyrie Profile game now that you have Steam? You mean that piece of shit? That fucking Elysium? I already did that on PlayStation 5. It fucking sucks. Or do you mean the fucking Anatomia mobile game? That's a free-to-play game, man. No, fuck that. Shadow Hearts remake will be great. No, I don't want any fucking video game remake nowadays. They're all infesting them with politics, so no thanks. What is that doll on the shelf? That's a doll someone made for me for my book, Nick's Inferno. That was many years ago. No, I didn't know about the popular Croy anime. Didn't you ask the same question last week? I know the PSP game, that's the one that I played, and it was like fine, it was meh. Jade Empire or Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic? Well, I've never played Knights of the Old Republic, and Jade Empire was alright. It was okay, you know, but I never finished it. I only played it for like half an hour. Do you think a PS5 is now worth it in 2025? No, definitely not. I don't think the PS5 is ever going to be worth it. Maybe when it's like $200, you know? Right? It'll be a long time before we see them for that price, though. No, Keith, I do not believe the PS5 is worth it. Dragon Quest, Dragon Warriors remake worth it? No, definitely not. Full of politics. What about Atelier Sophie 2? Atelier Sophie 2 has better combat than the first one. I like it a lot, actually. I haven't finished Atelier Sophie 2. I made it like halfway through and I reviewed it in one video. And that's it. Once I finish it, I'll probably start mentioning the game more often, you know. Because it's great. I just hope the final boss isn't fucking bullshit. Bullshit. Are there any MMORPGs you would like to see get single player spin-offs? No. You mean like Ragnarok Tactics, right? We got Ragnarok Online, then Ragnarok Tactics was the spin-off, yeah. Not nowadays. Do you have any hope for Trails in the Sky remake? Well, now that I know it's not gonna be published and localized and destroyed by NIS America, yes, I do have hope. Just not that much. Not a fan of Dark Souls, man. Played the first 2 games and I didn't like them. Same with Demon Souls. I like Bloodborne. That's a great game, but the Souls, no, not for me. Ark of Alchemist. Ark of Alchemist. Which one is that? I think I know that one. Wasn't that game like trashed? Oh, it's this fucking game. Yeah, Switch and PS4. That's a compiled hard game. I don't think this is great though. I haven't played this, man. I know this game, but I haven't played it. Do you like any of the Dynasty Warriors and other Warriors games? I like the RPGs. I'm a big fan of Dragon Quest Heroes 1 and 2. Love those games. I liked Fire Emblem Warriors, the first one only. And but I just played it for like 2 hours. I streamed that fucking game. I have a stream on Fire Emblem Warriors. Anyway, there was also I feel like I'm missing one. Well, I beat Dynasty Warriors 2 on the PlayStation 2. That was ages ago. Great fucking game. But I didn't really get into the others. I got into some of the tactics games. The one on PS Vita. Dynasty Warriors... I forgot the name of it. That was fun. Never beat it. Utawareru Mono-san made a Warriors game. It was fucking great too. I played Hyrule Warriors on the Wii U. I didn't play the new one. I played the Wii U one. It was fine. It was okay, you know, good combat, you know, it's Omega Force, never disappoint. You know. You would like to play Phantasy Star? Dynasty Warriors God Seekers. Thank you, Gongrave. Yeah, that's good. Fate Samurai Remnant. I only played the demo. I liked it, it was fine, you know, that's a Koei Tecmo game. Who knows when the fuck am I going to get that fucking game and play it? I played the demo and I was fine, but it was a really short demo. I don't think the demo of that game was enough to make me form like a proper opinion, you know. I beat the demo in like 40 minutes, so... Which would you rather have, Suikoden Warriors or Chrono Warriors? Suikoden will be better. 108 characters. And not all of them are like fighters, you know, warriors. I don't know. I kind of don't want that. Arunia, you don't seem to understand that I don't give a shit about the modern gaming industry, so I don't want a single one of my favorite games. I don't want anything to be remade. Anything. Especially not from Square fucking Enix. Who sent me this? Oh yeah, so Sayed Fahad was watching after all. That's great. He was watching. Thanks again, man. Should Final Fantasy X3 happen? No! 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 Never! That should never happen. What RPGs do you recommend from these? That one. The second one. That one. Yeah. You're waiting for Atelier Warriors? The closest thing you can have is Warriors All-Stars on PS4. It features Sophie as a playable character. That's as close as it gets. How about Final Fantasy XXX? I'm pretty sure all those porn websites have a lot of versions of that, man. Have you played any JRPGs in Spanish? Actually, the first time I played Final Fantasy IX, it was a pirated copy, and it was in Spanish. So that. Final Fantasy just needs to die. The fantasy is over. I couldn't agree more. I missed an opportunity to use a Black Santa hat. I don't have a Black Santa hat. That other fucking hat that I have, that's a Halloween hat. That's a Shin Megami Tensei hat. And I wore it during my Halloween stream of Nights in the Nightmare 2 months ago. Today is all about this. Lindy's is censored. I know that. I don't give a fuck about Super Smash Bros. Sturk from Rorona appears in some Teikei Musou game. Really? Isn't it Tecmo? Isn't it Koei Tecmo? It's like with Namco. I've seen people saying Namco Bandai. I'm pretty sure it's Bandai Namco. And I'm pretty sure it's Koei Tecmo, not Tecmo Koei. What the hell? Do you know if any of Spanish translations of games are just as bad as American translations? Yeah, every fucking modern one. But in the past, I don't know, I couldn't tell you. I know like the translation of 13 Sentinels in Spanish is much better than the one in English. No politics were inserted for it. Bamco. Dusk Trilogy, Arlen Trilogy, or Mysterious Trilogy? I'm gonna go with the Dusk Trilogy. I think it's the best one, definitely. It's got Leska and Logi, which is brutal. Another hard Atelier game, surprisingly hard. But it's got Shally, which is one of the best ones, in my opinion. One of the best Atelier games ever, Shally. But it also has Aisha, which I'm okay with that. You know, I don't mind that game, but it's not one of my favorites. Arlen has Rorona, yeah, Meru, Totori, it's good. But neither of those three games are like, wow, super great now. Mysterious has Sophie, which is good. Bullshit final boss though. And then there's Furies, which is lame to be honest, one of the worst. And then the girl Lydie and Suelle, I haven't played that one. So I'm gonna go with Dusk. Do you think Atlas is a one-trick pony? Yes. Did you play East vs. Trills in the Sky on the PSP? Yeah, you will find a stream on it. That I did on it on my second channel. Yes, I've heard about that, Mario and Rabbids. Do you support the idea of AI translated games? Depends. If a company like Falcom, for example, is going to use AI technology to translate their game, but that AI technology is politics free, then yes, I support the idea. Right? As long as they use some kind of software that it's politics free. Otherwise, they won't know. There's a lot of AI software out there that it's politicized and it changes words, you know. So I hope they do some really good fucking quality assurance, you know, that they hire someone to read the script and say this is right. And someone who's not woke, preferably. You know. So I have mixed, as you can see, I have mixed feelings about the idea of AI translated games. Yes, I'm going to play Tales of Rebirth. I'm actually going to do it live, Matt, next week. I haven't decided the day though, but it's gonna be here on YouTube, so you'll get the notification hopefully. Is Tower of Druaga any good? I only played it for so little, and that was ages ago. That's a roguelike, like Tornico, Shiren the Wanderer. You know, Izuna, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, it's like those, okay? So, if you're into those games, then maybe, yeah, I think it's good. I love Lindy's. The Fairy Tail RPGs are good. I should play the first one, but it's Koei Tecmo, man. It's fucking ridiculously expensive. Alright. So... I have a Christmas gift for all of you. You guys ready? This is a big one. This is gonna be the biggest versus episode ever. At least for me. I know it's not gonna be a big deal for some of you, but I think it's gonna be a big fucking deal for a lot of you. But I didn't get the games. Give me 1 second. I'm still here. I just want to get the games. All right. Okay, I have him here. Damn. Pretty excited about this. Alright. I'm back. The versus to end all versus. Is that an Animatrix reference? The case to end all cases? Yeah, so I have been saving this versus episode for a long time, my man. Because this is the big one. This is it. This is it. You guys ready? We got Xenogears versus Chrono Cross. Yeah! Why? Yeah. Do I need to explain why I was saving these two? You guys were begging me to do Chrono Cross versus something, Xenogears versus something, and no. Yeah. Let's do this. You already know which is my pick, of course. But I want to see what happens. I would like to see what happens. Chrono Cross versus fucking Xenogears. Yeah! Chrono Cross. Xenogears. Let's see what happens. Start poll. Start voting. There we go. Merry Christmas, everybody. I know this is probably not going to be a big deal for some of you, and you're going to leave. Thanks for watching. See you next time. But for some of you, this is a big deal, as big as it is for me, because these two are fucking... Yeah. So now this is your opportunity to troll me and say that and destroy Chrono Cross. I know there's a lot of you who hate this game passionately. This is your chance to destroy Chrono Cross. And I will defend it to death. You already know that. There's gonna be a lot of trolling in the chat, I know that. Xenogears is already winning by a landslide. Because you fucking can't resist trolling me. Thank you, Sleepy Gamer. You gonna kill people over this versus episode? Nah, I know a lot of people are gonna be voting just to troll. You know, don't worry. Leave him. Praetor says, easily Xenogears. The turn-based combat was great, the mech fights were great, the story and characters were great, etc. Chrono Cross has great music, but I find basically all of its gameplay mechanics annoying. Okay. I didn't know that, Daryl. That's interesting. Is there one in English? I will be maybe more interested in that. But it's okay, I can play in Spanish. It's just I probably won't be able to recommend it to my audience because they're gonna be like, oh, it's in Spanish. You know, but I can play it. You know, that's interesting to me personally. You mean Devil Summoner from the Sega Saturn, right? The PS1 Sega Saturn game? Do you know which version is going to be translated? Xenogears is overrated? Ooh, so Chrono Cross wins for you? Explain that, make an argument. Zema Duvant. Thank you for the donation. So, Zima, is it Zima or Zema? Zima Duvant says, Chrono Cross not having levels made me hate it upon release. I need to give it another try sometime. I like grinding, I am weird. You can't grind this game. Well, actually, this is like the leveling system is like the Saga games. I mean, you do level up after every boss fight, but you can grind so your characters can get a stat boost. HP plus 1. Defense plus 2, you know, they get like that. Eventually you get capped, you know, but yeah. It doesn't have a regular leveling system. It does suffer. It's not a sequel, Vicente. I agree with that, Tekka. But what is that? What does that even mean? Keep trolling people, please. I want to see Chrono Cross destroyed because of trolls voting for Xenogears. Just to piss me off. You're not gonna piss me off. I knew this was coming. I never watched the American commercial. Is it funny? There's a lot of American commercials for JRPGs. I made a video about that. Even some from Japan are pretty fucking weird, you know. But it was great, you know. That's a good video. Terry says, I picked Xenogears for the same reason Zema did. Level grinding. I hate fighting a long battle and gaining 1 HP for beating it. That, and I hate how every time I fail to steal, I have to run away. Okay. Okay, then vote Cross. Sure, pass. Get it? I'd say yeah. Get the Radical Dreamers edition. As long as it's cheap. You're probably gonna get it digital, right? Just make sure it's cheap. Don't give money to those... the less money you give to Square Enix, the better. Well, depends on the PC, right? If your PC can handle Switch or PlayStation 4 emulation, then, oh wait, is that on Steam? I think it's on Steam, right? Chrono Cross the remaster is on Steam, right? What do you mean Tetsuya Takahashi has retired from Monolith Soft? Tetsuya Takahashi retired from Monolith? Where did you hear that? Why will he quit? If he quit Monolith Soft, I'm done. I don't give a fuck about Monolith Soft anymore. If he quit the company, I'm done. I'm done with the company. I won't ever give a shit about anything from that company anymore. Because now they'll probably be fully owned by Nintendo. Shock Troopers 2? That's great. Also the Steam, okay, so PC can also emulate Switch better. Okay. I haven't tried emulating Switch. I don't think my laptop is going to handle it. Oh, so that's why you think Xenogears is overrated. So Matt says, I really feel if Xenogears had a remake, it could be the game it's known for. Oh sure, by Square Enix, with altered dialogue and modern politics. You know? Sure. I watched the American commercial for Final Fantasy X. 9. It was great. Really only 45 votes so far? Well, it's been 6 minutes. I can wait. That's all you got for me? Those are all the trolls I got? Really? Oh, the PSP version of Devil Summoner. I didn't know the game was on PSP. That game is everywhere, and we never got a single version. Yes, I wish Squaresoft was still alive. With the guys, you know, the guys, Sakaguchi, Uematsu, Kato, Takahashi, you know, all the fucking guys with a brain. Instead, they just left fucking Nojima there and Nomura to run the fucking company. Fuck those guys. Any more arguments? Good music. Now that I think about it, this is great. Yeah. I know, Prater. I'm not saying every single people voting against Chrono Cross is a troll, but there's a lot of them. They love, you know them. They love trolling. Kingdom Hearts Yeah, not a fan. Not really a fan, Bradley. Kingdom Hearts. So yeah, I agree. It's completely overhyped. Super overhyped. Should just die. Didn't they just announce a new one? Like Kingdom Hearts 4 or something? Is that really a thing? It's happening? Fuck. Damn. That's gonna be bad. Good to know, Vicente. Yeah, it should have been like Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, and 3, and that's it. Just a trilogy, that's it. We didn't need a million spin-offs. Hell, we didn't even need 3. That's always gonna be the same problem with the Chrono Cross situation, Zema. Always, forever. Matt Cayenne says, well, I feel the mechanics in Chrono Cross are really on point and the story is freaking good. The only big flaw to me is the lack of difference between the characters. Difference in terms of what? Anyway, Daryl says, for me, it's Chrono Cross. I love the skill system and the art is just gorgeous. Xenogears, I didn't like the second disc. It feels rushed. You just regurgitated what everybody says about Xenogears. But anyway, you're voting in favor of Cross, so... What was the last great era of unpoliticized games? Probably 2019-ish? The last decade? Breath of Fire 5. Like, come on. What's better as a... Can you not do that? How dare you compare Chrono Cross or well, like Breath of Fire 5? Can you fuck out of here, man? Fuck. How dare you compare Breath of Fire 5 with Chrono Cross? How dare you, man? I'm offended now. Kingdom Hearts feels like a low-effort Wii game. Damn, Leonardo, really? Well, some people just have weird tastes that are straight up wrong. But okay, to each their own. You can like bad things. So Melfi says, I like Chrono Cross, but to me Xenogears is overall the better game. The story is a mix of sci-fi and fantasy, and I love that you can switch between regular combat and mech combat, and the characters are good. Okay. So you prefer Chrono Cross to Trigger. Vicente, you're not new to this fucking channel, man. You've been a fan for a long time. You should know that by now. What the fuck? Asia, same. What kind of stupid ass question is that? Well, I don't even play Kingdom Hearts, man. I just play the first two and fuck, that's it. I played 358 days, like an hour later, 2 hours later I turned the game off. I played Birth by Sleep, 2 hours later turned the game off. I played Kingdom Hearts 3. Fuck, 1 hour later I was like, no. You really believe that the Chrono Cross characters are balanced similarly? I don't know, man. I don't think I agree with that. You know, I think there's some huge differences between some of them. It's just, well, you may have a point because some of the battle system relies on elements and elements usage, you know, so you can have a really bad character in your party and still make it decent, you know, by correctly using magic elements. Maybe that's why you feel that way. But try them out without elements, just regular attacks or anything, and there's a big difference between some of them, you know. The camera in Xenogears sucks balls. You should play Chrono Cross first. Bradley. Fernando says, I prefer Xenogears, but just because the combat system. Both games have an overly complicated story that maybe video games is not the best format for such complexity. Wow, interesting argument. Do you think Trails in the Sky First Chapter remake will have no political agenda since it's gung-ho? Matthew, we already talked about that. Like 2 hours ago, you missed it. I think that's a good collection, man. Those games, some of those games are really expensive. I don't know Warp Man though. Weapon Lord is, I don't know, man. It's not bad, but it's not great either. You know what I mean? It's like, Dragon Spirit is fantastic. Splatterhouse 2 and 3 are great games, especially the first one. 2 and 3 are good, you know. Did you play the one on the PlayStation 3? Chrono Cross is a bit short. I know that the idea is to reach for alternative endings, but okay. It is the idea. It's like Devil Survivor, Grow Lancer. Those games are like really short, but the whole point is that, you know, to play them again and get a better route and ending, you know, a different route and ending. It's like that, you know. Xenogears or Xenoblade Chronicles 2? Xenogears, definitely. Like, I like Xenoblade Chronicles 2, man, but Xenogears is by far the better game. Grow Lancer is short? Yeah. Well, not 5 and 6 though. Those games are long. But Grow Lancer 2, 3, and 4? Sure, man, you can, if you stick to one route and ending, you can beat him like 20 something hours. But then 5 and 6, that's a different conversation. Grow Lancer. I prefer Grow Lancer any over Land Grazer, man. War Song. Xenogears or Xenosaga? I don't know. The real question is Xenogears versus Xenosaga 3, Episode 3. You know? That's the real question. Did you hear Nintendo is? Yes, we talked about that. 63 votes. Come on. Any more arguments? Any more votes? What the fuck is going on? Yeah, Nintendo is woke now. Xenosaga 3 versus Xenoblade Chronicles 3. That's a good one for me personally. Nobody played Xenosaga 3, so everybody will vote Xenoblade 3. But that's a good one for me personally. I can't decide. Chrono Cross is doing better than expected. Actually, there's a lot of people trolling, you know, and just voting Xenogears just to fuck me up, to rile me up, but it's not gonna happen. Like, it was predictable. Your trolling was predictable. You know, it's like, meh, okay. It's as if I put Tales of Legendia versus anything, or Valkyria Revolution versus whatever. You know, they will fucking troll. Like, ha ha ha. Kevin King says Chrono Cross had so much more to do with all the different endings, all the different characters, and the super sneaky true ending hidden right in your face. Great. Great ending, right? Super tragic. Exactly, Bradley. It's just trolling. What are we listening to? What's this? Dragon Force music, huh? Interesting. Cool music. Wish I could do more Red Miller, but I become a black sheep here in YouTube. Yeah, it's a Legenda. It's bound to lose. What time is it? Let's just see if it's let's see if we can get like 70 votes at least. I mean, a lot of people already left. They know it's the end. Like, oh, he's gonna do the versus episode now, so let's just go. He's not gonna answer my dumbass questions. Xenogears has no replay value. Phantasy Star or Star Ocean? Depends. You're gonna have to be more specific than that. Like, which Phantasy Star versus which Star Ocean? But as a series? I don't know. I would probably pick Star Ocean because I don't play the MMORPGs. And nowadays, Phantasy Star, I mean, Online 2 was a big deal, so maybe that's... a lot of people will pick Phantasy Star, but I don't play MMORPGs. No. That's right, Terry. That's the reason why. Also because most of them probably see me as this angry guy that's not good for business, you know? Like, they feel like they're gonna, like, I don't know, get in trouble if they collab with me. I don't fucking know. Ask them. Don't ask me about collaborations. Ask them. Maybe they'll be willing to share their honest reasons. With me, I don't fucking care. What are some of the funniest JRPGs you've played? Fairy Fencer, the first one only. Let's just pretend there's no sequel, you know? Just one. One of the funniest. Xenogears is funny as hell, man. Super funny. You know, it's pretty fucking even right now. Let's just end it before it gets any worse. The poll is over. What the fuck? This makes no sense. Anyway, the poll is over. Xenogears won with 56%. Chrono Cross lost with 44%. It wasn't too far off, you know. It started too far off at the beginning because of a lot of trolls. But then it picked up a little bit. Yeah, so anyway, I was expecting Cross to lose because, you know, people just love to troll me and piss me off. Well, we all know Chrono Cross is the better game in reality. Yes, it is. It wins in everything, in every single category, except the story. But here's my argument over the story. I think the story in Xenogears is the best freaking story ever written in a JRPG in existence. You know, barely anything comes close. But the Chrono Cross story hits hard here for me, and it's a big deal for me, so I like it more. The Xenogears story is better, even with the rushed disc 2 whatever, you know. But Chrono Cross is just a very special story with very special characters for me. In terms of characters, everybody's gonna say that Xenogears wins because they hate the characters in Chrono Cross for no justifiable reason. But if we focus on the protagonists of Chrono Cross, the characters that actually matters, and it's got quite a few, you know, I like it more. They do get development, they do get some explained shit in them, they're just... I find them more relatable than the ones in Xenogears. So I think it's got like a better cast and a better story, but that's just my opinion. Objectively speaking, Xenogears has the best fucking story ever made, so in a video game. So, nothing competes, nothing comes close. The music. Well, obviously Chrono Cross wins, and I think a lot of people love the Xenogears music and the Xenogears soundtrack, but I think most people, even the haters, even people who despise Chrono Cross can at least admit it's got an untouchable soundtrack. We all know that, you guys know that. Maybe you like the Xenogears soundtrack a bit more, but we all know Chrono Cross soundtrack wins by a landslide. Even if it's done by the same composer, Yasunori Mitsuda composed both and he nailed it. Xenogears is probably his third best soundtrack of all time, because of course his second best soundtrack of all time is Chrono Trigger. But Xenogears is number 3 when it comes to music, right? So great music nonetheless. Graphics, I think Cross wins, has incredibly beautiful art style. Maybe not for the characters, it looks kind of weird, but I mean the backgrounds, you know, the scenery, and it's 3D. It didn't age very well, that's why it got remastered, you know, but if you play this game back in the day, the graphics were like top-notch, beautiful. Technically speaking, maybe not. Xenogears doesn't lag behind though, it's just the art style, the pixel art in this game, man, it's beautiful, I love it. But it's got a lot of really bland polygonal graphics that aged horribly. And most of the graphics in Chrono Cross aged perfectly. The characters may look a bit weird nowadays because they're polygons, you know. But I don't know, when they're running around the overworld, oh, I love those animations, man. I'm a sucker for Chrono Cross graphics. 10 out of 10 graphics in Chrono Cross, I love it. Beautiful graphics, and Xenogears just didn't age very well. Gameplay mechanics, Chrono Cross wins because, well, okay, sure, I'll give you this. No leveling system, you can't grind, but guess what? You do level up in this game, but the enemies level up with you. So it's kind of pointless to grind in any game, right? So don't give me that argument. You can use that argument to trash Chrono Cross against other JRPGs, but against Xenogears, come on. It'll be like, you know, Chrono Cross versus Final Fantasy VIII. What's the point of grinding, right? So, the rest of the gameplay, well, I'll compare the battle system in a bit. So the rest of the gameplay, you don't have random encounters here. Okay, you can see the enemies and avoid them easily, most of the time. There are some battles that are like hard to avoid, but the encounter rate ruins the exploration. The camera ruins the exploration. The dungeon design ruins. This has fucking horrible gameplay, man. And this has impeccable gameplay. So it wins by a landslide. And finally, the battle system. Well, this is where it gets tricky. Obviously, I prefer the battle system in Chrono Cross. Both games are just as hard. Very difficult. They aren't amongst the hardest PS1 JRPGs or of all time, no. But they're hard games. And it's mostly because of the leveling system, right? In both. Chrono Cross has this overly complicated element system and percentage thing for the melee attacks, you know? It's fucking weird. But Xenogears has this, it isn't complex, but sometimes it's hard to learn new skills. It takes forever. You're there like an idiot, like trying to get different combos to work and learn something new, and it just doesn't happen, so it takes forever. Don't take me wrong, I love the combo system in Xenogears, especially the human battles. Like, the mech battles are like, okay. I hate the fuel system in there. I don't like it. It's good. It's decent, but I just don't like it, you know? I prefer the human battles. And those combos, those combinations, I fucking love the human battle system in Xenogears. I love it. But I'm a bigger fan of the one in Cross. Why? Probably because I got good at it. And in Xenogears, I felt like I never got good. And I still beat the game. And I loved it, you know? But I never really got, like, really good. And in Cross, I feel like I'm really good. You know, I've beaten the game to death. So I'm way more acquainted with the battle mechanics. And now I become a big fan. It's my Valkyrie Profile 2 Silmeria argument again. I know the battle system is definitely not for everybody. Hell, it made me rage quit the first time I played it, right? But I got good at it, and I fucking love it now. One of my favorite battle systems of all time. So Chrono Cross also has one of my favorite battle systems of all time because of that. So in here, I'm not gonna say it wins by a landslide when it comes to combat, you know, but for me, it kinda does. I like it way more. But anyway, so that's Chrono Cross versus Xenogears. That was the last. This is the last versus episode of the year, so it needed to be that, of course. I've been telling you that I was saving these two games for the end of the year, and I'm glad it happened. Two colossal games, super beloved and respected and legendary. But to me, Chrono Cross is always going to win against any video game in existence. You already know that. That's it, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for being a fan. Thank you for participating in these episodes. And I hope you have a great fucking Christmas and Christmas Eve. Hope you spend it with your family or friends or whatever. No matter what you do, be sure to have fun or try to have fun at least. And that's it. I will see you next time with a new fucking Q&A stream. Merry Christmas, everybody. Can finally take this fucking hat off. Thanks for watching. Take care.